Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, the Grass Ninja. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna do a quick recap of some of the latest events of the Boruto manga, so that way we can be all caught up when it comes to jumping into Boruto chapter 81, the beginning of the new serialization, Boruto TBV 2 Blue Vortex. Alright, so let's just recap Omnipotence for a second, and then talk a little bit about what we should expect to see out of Sasuke and Boruto since they've left the village, and even Kawaki and Amado since Amado's memories have also been altered. Okay, so let's talk about what is Omnipotence real quick. So Omnipotence, in short, is essentially the Shinjutsu of Shinjutsu. It's the ultimate divine technique. Momoshiki describes this as the programming language of the gods, capable of creating entire worlds. So altering the memories of people on the planet is a small feat in all consideration of what Omnipotence can truly do. We've also seen Omnipotence basically be responsible for Ada's love charm. Alright, so the love charm ability that makes everybody simp for Ada is an extension of Omnipotence. Everyone's memories being altered so that they believe Kawaki is the true son of Naruto, and Boruto is this outsider from Kara that was saved by Naruto, and Amado and Kashin Koji, they all believe that's Boruto. Okay, so everyone's memories have been altered to the point where Kawaki and Boruto have swapped positions, they've swapped places, they've swapped points in time, or points in history, I guess. Now, when it comes to how Omnipotence works, visually speaking, there's a huge burst of energy. So when Kawaki used Omnipotence through Ada, because Ada is the conduit, she's the instrument which can use Omnipotence, she just can't control it. Kawaki, being Otsutsuki, allows him to use Ada as the instrument or the tool to cast Omnipotence. So as he grabbed her, or as she grabbed him, and her emotions went aflux, his desires became reality. Fantasy turned to reality. He was worried, or he was upset that he couldn't kill Boruto because he is the son of Lord Seventh. Everyone's gonna have his back, and if he was just a nobody like Kawaki, everyone would be on board, everyone would be on his side of things, and boom, this huge explosion goes off, spreading across the entirety of the planet, even stretching into other dimensions, affecting people like Bug and Code in the Ten Tails dimension, somewhere you can only reach with space-time ninjutsu or the claw mark Shinjutsu. This is insane right here, okay? So a huge burst of energy blasts out worldwide, dimensional creeping and everything, to the point where everyone's minds are tampered with. Now, we also saw this was the case with the love charm. We didn't actually get any visual of Ada exploding or whatever before, but we can infer, due to how Omnipotence was used recently, that this must have happened in the past. Thanks to Damon's reaction, he saw the explosion and he knew Ada was doing something. He was like big sis with worry in his eyes. So, how does it work? Ada is the instrument, she's able to cast Omnipotence. The explosion resembles her Senreigan, so we can infer that the Senreigan is possibly a requirement to being able to access Omnipotence on your own. So if anybody takes Ada's eyes, like Kawaki or Boruto, they might actually be able to use Omnipotence themselves. So watch out for Momoshiki trying to take Ada's eyes in the future. Now, when it comes to who was and wasn't affected, we also know that the love charm is a byproduct of Omnipotence, so the rules of the love charm extend to Omnipotence in general. Any blood relatives of Ada, so Damon, are unaffected, and the Otsutsuki are unaffected. Right now, Boruto and Kawaki are the only two who are unaffected as Otsutsukis, and I'm guessing since this blast did stretch into other dimensions and affected Code and Bug, Toneri, who's on the moon, is also unaffected since he's an Otsutsuki as well. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. We have outliers. For some reason, Sarada and Sumire are unaffected by the effects of Omnipotence as well. Since they were unaffected by the love charm, they're unaffected by the memory wipe. Now, there is a fan theory that it's because they're in love with Boruto, but it could be something more like they are consorts of Boruto Otsutsuki, because he's not a Uzumaki no more. His genetics have been 100% rewritten to that of an Otsutsuki. If you tested his blood, it wouldn't be Hyuga Uzumaki, it would be Otsutsuki. Now, what to expect from people like Sasuke and Boruto, since they left the village, and that's the last we saw of them, and even Kawaki and Amado, because I feel like we're going to get a very similar relationship or a similar setup to how Sasuke was enlightened, or he had his awakening, however you want to think of it, and he decided to help Boruto. I could see Amado having a similar parallel when it comes to his relationship with Kawaki. So let's start there. We got to remember, for one thing, Kawaki is a scientific ninja tool. Katasuki explains this as his entire body being a scientific ninja tool. Okay, it's a feat of science, something only Amado was capable of doing. Now, we do know the effects of omnipotence are so potent that even as Ada is explaining what happened to Sasuke and Boruto, Sasuke still does not believe what's happening, and he's like, my memories are telling me that Kawaki is that kid who tried to punch me at Naruto's door. Kawaki is that kid who begged me to be my student. Kawaki is that kid who learned the Rasengan and who later fought with me against Momoshiki. So, Kawaki, right, is the one Sasuke believes is his student in his memories. And then Ada tells him your memories have been altered, but omnipotence is so potent that he doesn't even believe her. He's choosing to believe Sarada, since she awoke the Mangekyo Sharingan and pled to him. She said, I beg you, if you're going to do anything for me, go protect Boruto. He's not the bad guy. Something's up. Everybody's acting weird. So he's not even believing his own memories. He's believing in Sarada because of the significance of her awakening the Mangekyo. That is no mere feat. You can't do that just willy-nilly. Now, I could see something similar happening with Amado, seeing Kawaki use his scientific ninja tools. So when it comes to the nanotech mesh, right, and the weaponized karma, he could very well notice that that's something he is only capable of doing. That's no mere feat either. So all of a sudden, this guy who is supposed to be the son of Naruto, this brat who can't control Momoshiki, is over here using karma, using Ishiki's abilities, using Daikoku Ten Sukuna Hakona, using scientific ninja tools that only Amado is able to create, could have him believe in his scientific creations more than his own memories. Similar to how Sasuke is choosing not to believe his own memories and believe in Sarada and her Mangekyo awakening, we could see Amado choose to not believe his own memories and choose to believe the clear feats of Kawaki's using my scientific ninja tools. Kawaki's using Ishiki's abilities. Kawaki more than likely has Akabe Sanzu's data embedded in his karma seal. And we have to remember, Kawaki, right, is Amado's investment. Victor from Kara was putting a bunch of money into all of the cyborgs and all of their augmentations. So there's a ton of money inside of Kawaki, right? There's a lot of time and labor and effort inside of Kawaki. There's Amado's technology inside of Kawaki. And that being said, we have seen in the past, Kawaki has required maintenance and frequent checkups, right? Last time he took an L in battle, when he had his attack reflected back at him, Amado was the guy who had to check up on him and make sure everything was running smoothly. We've also seen Kawaki overheat from battling for too long. So if there are any issues with Kawaki, Amado is one of the only people who could actually take care of that. So when it comes to maintenance of Kawaki, Amado is the only guy. So I could see this kind of enlightenment or this reawakening of Amado be sparked by Kawaki either using Ishiki's abilities or just using the nanotechnology that Amado is solely responsible for creating, okay? Because we learned from Sasuke that Momoshiki is supposed to be in Kawaki with according to the memory flip, but he's in Boruto, and that doesn't add up, right? Now, despite how potent omnipotence is in gaslighting you and just making you believe this false narrative, despite having information put in front of you, right? It will make you not worry about that stuff. It'll bother you less and less and less until you don't care at all that these things go against what you remember, right? But I feel like since Sarada's Mangekyo was so, her awakening the Mangekyo was so powerful that Sasuke's choosing to believe her as opposed to his own memory, we could see something similar with Amado and Kawaki. Now, when it comes to Sasuke and Boruto, we already have those time skip designs leaked or whatever. They're not leaked, they're officially dropped. So we have promotional art of Boruto's time skip design. He's got Sasuke's cloak, or at least what looks like Sasuke's cloak. He's wearing one of Sasuke's gloves. He's got the sword now. He's got some new drip. He's wearing a button up. He looks fresh. But I could see instead of like us getting training arc flashbacks or whatever, we're just going to see the results of Boruto's training. After the time skip, we saw how big a leap Sasuke had compared to Naruto in the time skip. I would like to see something similar in Boruto's taijutsu, his kenjutsu, his ninjutsu, right? And possibly start playing with that Jogan. But when it comes to how Sasuke is interacting, we do have to remember Sasuke does like to use his hawk summonings to deliver messages to Sakura and Sarada, or at least to Konoha in general. Now Naruto's gone, there's going to be a new Hokage, and Sasuke is believed to have abandoned the village and helped a traitor escape. Konoha is going to be against Sasuke yet again, right? Now this time it was Sasuke against Konoha, but now it's just Sasuke with Sarada and Boruto. So at this point in time, I do believe he will try to reach out and send messages to Sarada or Sakura explaining his whereabouts or explaining his reasonings for what he's doing. Because Sakura is going to need some sort of message, bro. And then Sarada might be able to communicate to and fro with Sasuke and Boruto through this hawk. Alright? So at the end of the day, if they do establish some sort of line of communication through Sasuke's hawk summonings, I would like to see Kawaki catch on to this happening at some point in time and then start a conflict with Sarada and ask why she hasn't been affected by omnipotence, why she's aiding Sasuke and Boruto, and kind of build some tension there. Because we do know Ada did promise Boruto that she won't track Boruto with the Senrigan as long as he's not in the village. So she's not going to help Kawaki try to find him or do any of that stuff, right? And I wouldn't put past Kawaki to be able to hold on to Ada and share the Senrigan vision, since he was able to channel the power of omnipotence, which is led to, due to the visual implications, it's led me to believe that the Senrigan is a requirement, or at least, yeah, it's a requirement to use omnipotence. We saw the huge explosion, it resembles the Senrigan pattern, so her using the Senrigan clairvoyance to peer into everybody's past or in the present moments and to track people, if she's refusing to help him with that, Sarada in this connection with Sasuke's hawk and this communication line could be one of the only avenues he has to tracking down Boruto, right? And I could see there being some tension built up there. Now, that's all I have for this video. Of course, we're going to talk about it more. I do expect some leaks or scans to come out. I'm hoping the entire chapter doesn't get leaked. There was some talk about OP scans, the people who did the fan translations for the Minato one-shot, just dropping the entire chapter days before the official release. I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen. We might talk about that more. You can check me out on twitch.tv/thegrassninja_YT. We're going to be doing some live streaming talking about this more. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to like and comment down below. I've been your man's The Grass Ninja. Have a nice day. Peace.